Welcome to a special edition of Inside California Politics. You can see we're out of the studio. We're on the road. We're at City Hall here in San Jose. And joining me now is Mayor Matt Mahan. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Welcome to San Jose.
Thank you. We've talked on Zoom numerous times. It's great to have a conversation in person. Okay,
Absolutely.
so a lot to talk about. You've been described to me by people on both sides of the aisle, Republicans and Democrats, as a true success story. You as a chief executive and what you're doing here in the city. Why do you think that is?
Gee, I don't know. All the credit goes to my team. We have an amazing group of people, and what we have in common is we are focused on outcomes. That's what I bring from being in the private sector for many years. When I was building civic tech companies, I had to report to a board of directors every 90 days and show real measurable progress. I'm not a super ideological guy. I have core beliefs, but at the end of the day, I want to find what works. And the nice thing about local government is you can actually get all the different stakeholders together. It's not hyper-partisan. It really ought to be about improving people's quality of life. So when it comes to public safety, ending unsheltered homelessness, building more housing, most people agree on the outcomes, and I think we ought to take more of a scientific method or just kind of, we ought to try things, and if they don't work, there shouldn't be pride of authorship. We should be able to say, okay, that didn't work, let's try this, and let's really use data to actually improve the way government operates to make people's lives better.
Okay, you have had a spotlight on you with what you've been doing here in terms of homelessness. And you had the candidates for, several of the candidates for governor here in town recently. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But what is the secret sauce? What do you feel like you have figured out that other big city mayors around the state really haven't been able to yet?
Well, I think what's working is we've combined a compassionate approach with accountability, and our solutions are cost effective. We're building modular units, we're converting motels, safe parking, safe sleeping. We are creating safe, dignified, private alternatives to the streets, and when they're available, we're creating a strong incentive for people to accept that shelter, come indoors, and get connected to services. In the last few years, we've created over 20 sites that are interim. These are cost effective. We can build these units or buy them for on the order of $100,000 a unit, not wait 6 years to build a new apartment building that cost $1 million a door. So it's cost effective, they're immediate alternatives, and we've made a commitment to the neighbors. If we move forward an interim housing community, we will ban camping and increase the law enforcement in the vicinity of this site, because you deserve to have your neighborhood be made better, not worse off. And it's working. People are accepting the solutions. They're taking advantage of the services. Calls for service or crime are going down in the vicinity of the sites. And we have, in the last few years, added more beds than any other city I'm aware of. This year alone, over 1,000 new beds. We've reduced unsheltered homelessness by about 1/3. And the only barrier to getting to 100% reduction is needing partnership from the state and the county for addiction treatment, mental health care, and some funding. 1/3 of that system was funded by HAP, which the legislature and governor zeroed out this year. So we need partnership from the state and county if we're going to go all the way. But we've proven that these solutions work.
And we're going to talk about that too coming up. But I want to specifically ask you, do other mayors around the state reach out to you and pick your brain about what's working here? Do you go to other cities around the state? Do they come here? How does that work?
We do have a big city mayors group. The mayors of the 13 largest cities get together every month on Zoom, in person a couple of times a year. We advocate together in Sacramento. The great thing about mayors is that they're accountable. We get stopped at the grocery store and the gas station. You cannot hide.
Yeah.
You live next door to your constituents, and they see you every day. When my kids are out playing soccer, people are coming up to me either saying, good job on this, or there was a crime in my neighborhood, or I still have a pothole. People really know how to find you and hold you accountable, which I love. It's why I love local government. So mayors are more responsive and pragmatic. We talk to each other. What has been different in San Jose, and again, it really is a team effort, we have been able to move some of these solutions to scale. We've been able to not just prove that interim housing works as a demonstration project, but we've built 20 sites, 2,000 beds. That's leading to a massive reduction in unsheltered homelessness. On law enforcement, we're staffing up our police department. We're actually enforcing quality of life crime. We're doing a high utilizer pilot with our DA, where we're looking at the folks who are just repeatedly cycling between streets and the county jail and the county hospital, and diving in, actually looking at the data and saying, why aren't these interventions working? So it's really about being data-driven, being outcomes-focused, and then crafting those partnerships that are rooted in a pragmatic desire to fix problems. That's